Welcome back everyone, this is Will from Betamax Rebel Outpost, and I'm bringing you a video here today about the HF550. This was a donation sent to me just recently. So the previous owner, he didn't want it anymore, and he decided it would be best if he sent it to me, that I could get use out of it. Here's a look at the back. It's kind of dusty, but it's in good condition. There's a switch for the Beta Hi-Fi. And what's really cool is he even sent me the original remote, RMT-131. It's still cool to have the original marketing sticker to see how these units came, but I'll probably be taking that off. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. He said it was working last time he tried it and then something went wrong. But we'll go ahead and see what's going on with this thing. Okay, I'm going to plug it in to see what it does. Okay, so the first thing I see right here is the shuttle guide is in the threaded position, as if a tape has been loaded, yet there's no tape in the machine. I'm going to try to eject this. Okay, it's not responding to eject. That's very interesting. I wonder why. Oh, that's easy. So the spring snapped off the hook that keeps the take-up sensor, the T-coil sensor, in position right here. So that's going to be a really easy fix. Normally when this happens, when it's this far gone, it's time to just get rid of this completely. I'll show that later. Oh, and also we have one of the guide pins not resting in the proper position up here in the guide holder. So that went right past the guide stop, and so that's going to have to be looked at. So okay, well we'll start with the T-coil sensor spring. All right. So this is where the hook used to be. Yeah, when it's this far gone, it's game over for this part. I'm not going to bother trying to glue something in there. So I grab it by the top like this, just pull it over, and hook it into this little cavity here where the old hook used to be. And there you go, that's repaired. That works exactly the same as factory. Okay, now let's see how it responds to eject. Still doesn't respond to eject. Okay, what about load? Oh, load works. Okay, it thinks it's there. Now hit eject. There we go. So closing the contacts of the cassette down mode switch helped clear the error caused by the T-coil sensor. Okay, I see another problem with this machine. The shuttle guidepost right here, it's too far in. It should be way past. This is where it should be. But it's not. It's going all the way in towards the CTL head. So that's a problem. And let's see, the other problem is this guide here, number 2 guide post. It's not catching in its stop position. So that could be a warp in the position holder here, the stop position holder. Or it could be that the height is misadjusted on the number 2 guide post. But either way, because number 4 guide post right here It comes in way too far when it should stop right about there, and it doesn't. So something to look into. And also, let's check the wear here of the upper drum. The drum spins smoothly. I don't hear any weird noises in there that would indicate that the coils are hanging down from rotting glue, deteriorating glue. So those have held together pretty good, and there's no bearing noise, no really loud bearing noise, so it's probably going to operate pretty smooth. But taking a look at this upper drum, you can see here this wear mark at the entrance point. It looks like it could use a little cleaning, but I can definitely see a polished wear mark on that drum. So I'll have to check the wear with my head tester, maybe recondition the drum, and take a look at the picture output, if any. I mean, I haven't even tested this yet, so something we have to see later on. But so far I like what I see, I like what I hear. No strange noises coming from it. The pinch roller. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's had some cleaning before, and obviously needs more cleaning, but doesn't look too bad. Alright, so I want to find out what's going on with this shuttle ring here. See if it's just out of adjustment. There we go. Okay, I just need that much access to it. Okay. Take a look at this gear plate. Okay. Looks pretty good. It's got the typical polished down wear mark right here. But that's okay. This motor sounds really good. The gear in here, it sounds super crisp. And same with the original black drive gear that's prone to cracking and splitting. It looks like it's in really good shape too. Alright, let's see if I can readjust back to where it does need to be. Seems to want to stop better right there. So it's possible somebody's been inside of this unit before and misadjusted something when they were putting this back together, because that was not in the correct alignment. Okay. Now see how it loads and threads. Cool, so that's all it was an adjustment. Now the number 4 guide stops exactly where it should, right at the lip of this shield. And the 2 reference holes made up. perfect. Okay, now here's the number 2 guide. Comes up, and it's full height right about here. So in reassembling the guide post, you would put this screw in loose, then bring this screw all the way down flat, and then adjust this screw again for the 35 millimeters it specifies from the top to the floor of the chassis. Yeah, it's not quite 35. It's a little bit closer. Yeah, that'll probably work. Yeah. Alright, and now it catches. Well, now that I'm here, I can clean up the number 2 guide post because it looks pretty bad. A lot of oxide buildup, so. And just add a little bit of thread locker to that screw so it doesn't go anywhere. I want to take a look too at this. While I'm here, I may as well take a look at the number 4 shuttle guide. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. Let's remove this a little bit. See how this looks. Looks like it could definitely use a cleaning. Yeah, there's a lot of oxide buildup. Clean up this drum really good. And here's a look at the CTL head. It looks pretty good. The capstan shaft here needs to be cleaned. It's got a lot of oxide buildup on the top and bottom. So here's our capstan. Now to do this, what's going to happen when you pull this is there's going to be 2 clear washers that are going to fall out. One at the bottom and one at the top. If you just take it out wherever, the washers tend to get lost inside the mechanism. So the best way to handle this is to place the unit upside down on the table like this and just pull it straight out so that the washers drop straight onto the table. For me, that just saves time rather than searching through the mechanism trying to find out where they landed. Okay, and here's the cleaned up capstan. Looks pretty good. I don't feel a significant nick or groove, so that's always a good sign. That means the pinch roller will press the tape up against the shaft and there won't be any damage to the tape like tape curl, pinching, or excessive pinching on the edges. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Ready for reinstallation. So we'll put one in first. And there it is. And since we have the reel table out, I may as well go ahead and inspect the #1 back tension guidepost and some of the other parts on this board, like the reel motor and the brake solenoid. Yeah, so this shiny wear mark right here, we'll just turn that 180 degrees and we'll place it right back in. There, now it's a new surface again. We'll give that a clean up. That sounds good. There's no scraping noises. Very clean. Coils look good. No scratches on the coils. We'll clean all these parts off. And the brakes usually are pretty worn out. These little felts right here. All you can really do with those is just puff them up with you know, a Q-tip and some alcohol. Don't go too crazy on it though, because it'll just deteriorate and fall right off. So just a couple of dabs and just kind of fluff them up a little bit. Even like what I'm doing right here, that's fine. A little bit's come off and that's done. Okay, and the brake solenoid. Take a look at this. That part does look a little bit dirty. Yeah, it's barely anything. There we go. The back tension band here looks really clean. That's that. You can also check the ESR on these capacitors real quick since we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Yeah, these all test okay. I never really see these caps go bad. It's rare. Tight is when it stops. There's no need to over tighten these reel table screws. Let's try this. And the most difficult to rotate, the number 10 exit guide post. Okay, this carriage loader is going to need a really good cleaning, but for right now I'm just going to inspect the switch contacts. Another thing to watch out for too are these soldered points right here. I've seen them come off where it just breaks free, and then that causes all sorts of havoc. These look pretty solid, but it doesn't hurt to come in here and just reflow these pins. Especially if you suspect there's rot going on. Here's another look at the drum. I was about to take it off, but I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it on. Just clean it and see how it does. So it's playing a tape well. I don't see any malfunctions happening on the tape path. It looks absolutely perfect. I've got good hi-fi stereo sound, but I don't have video, or rather I have video, it's just intermittent on the output jack. Yep. Well, this picture's not coming back on. So it's going to need some more work. So the video started blanking out completely while I was testing, and just using the multimeter, C2 and 8 is a complete short circuit. Yeah, that cap is always going short. It's a 1000 microfarad, 6.3 volt. I think it's a Nichicon. This is video output, and we're looking at a Nichicon 1000 microfarad, 6.3 volt. So what I use, I've got these from Mauser, and it's nice because they're about the same profile. So it's a suitable replacement. Well, let's see how it does now.
Stay tuned for oil, money, and politics. Next on the final episode of Saudi Arabia.
The picture is returned.
On Nova. Anthropology on trial. Aqua New Guinea, an exotic South Pacific.
Everything on it now works. The hi-fi stereo works. Recording and playback work perfect. And I got another one to make on this HF550 as I take it to the next level, and perhaps replace the video head and upper drum, replace the STK IC voltage regulator that's always going out, replacing the pinch roller with a brand new one, or one that's in better condition, and replacing, of course, the infamous drum Hall effect sensor that plagues these machines and causes the drum to seize up when they go out. I'm going to replace that with a new old stock part and reset it back to 0. Well, there it is. It's back up and running again. I want to thank all my viewers for watching this channel. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, because I've got more on the way. And thank you to the viewer who sent this awesome Super Beta machine my way.